Here's an example of a conversation within a conversation. When my preschooler played with her action figures, she said, "Then Dolly asks, 'Lolly, do you want to play in the sandbox with me?'" We have kind of complicated sentence here. It starts out with a parent relating a story regarding her preschooler or his preschooler. And then the child is having a conversation with two fictitious action figures. So we have here, when my preschooler played with her action figures, she said. I have double quotation marks around what the preschooler is saying and what the parent is overhearing. Then Dolly says, "Lolly, do you want to play in the sandbox with me?" So we have the preschooler saying, "Then Dolly says," and then the action figure takes over. Dolly starts talking to Lolly. So there is a single quotation mark around what the action figure is saying, but the action figure is talking through the preschoolers. So the preschoolers have to have two sets of quotation marks. But the action figure, what the action figure said, has one single quotation mark. Then Dolly asks, "Lolly, do you want to play in the sandbox with me?" Double quotation marks start where the preschooler starts to talk. Of course, the preschooler says it all, but it's in her imagination. Dolly is speaking too. And Dolly starts here and asks, "Lolly, do you want to play in the sandbox with me?" So what we have here is our end punctuation mark is a question mark because Dolly is asking Lolly if she wants to play. So the single quotation mark starts with, "Lolly, do you want to play in the sandbox with me?" and stops here. But all of this is coming out of the preschooler's mouth, so the preschooler starts talking here and ends there as well. So what we have is a triple quotation mark at the very end of this sentence. But the double quotation mark and the single quotation mark are not in the same spots. Also, let me look at some of the other punctuation. We have a comma here before the parent actually relates what the preschooler is saying. And then we have another comma here before Dolly starts to talk. The "then Dolly asks" is a setup by the preschooler. So Dolly can speak to Lolly directly. This is direct address, so we need another comma here. That's a very complicated sentence of punctuation. But it's every one of those punctuation marks are needed for the reader to understand that the parent is overhearing the preschooler who is making her action figure talk.